Alright guys, this is the Holley Sniper on my 1985 Ford Bronco 2 with the 2.8 liter V6 engine. Mind you, it's a mess in here right now. We got it all wired up. I have started it up already. I know everything works. Next process is going to be cleaning up wires, taping things up better, just hiding a bunch of this random stuff that doesn't need to be out here. So I'll just kind of walk you through what we got going on here. So this is the Sniper unit itself. This is the fuel inlet line. This is the outlet right here. So there's that. This right here is really the only amount of rubber hose that I used. I ran these metal fuel lines all the way back to the gas tank along the inside of the frame. Can't really see it there, but you'll kind of get to that here in a few minutes whenever I get to the fuel pump. So anyway, this is the fuel line in, fuel line out with the regulator hooked up to it. There are some things I don't have hooked up yet, but will be coming soon. For instance, here's the 8-pin connector. I want to wire my fan up to it. And the AC, eventually when I get it all hooked up, you can see it's not hooked up yet. I just did a swap for this stuff here, so that's coming up in the next couple of months. It's Texas, so it gets hot here in the summer. So I haven't hooked up the 8-pin yet. There's that. There's another wire coming out of here. This is the 6-pin connector. We'll just go ahead and go through this. So on the back of this, you can see it has your yellow line here, which runs to the coil negative. Let's follow that around. So I wired that in, and guys, I would say it's really important to make sure you crimp all these electrical connections really well, and then put the heat shrink on them. So this is the these particular crimps have heat shrink in them, so it works really well. So I just got that wired into the coil negative side. You can see there. The pink wire coming off of this connector, you need to have this where the pink wire has power whenever it is running and cranking. So I just took a test light, grounded it out, and just tested wires until I found a good one. The blue wire goes to the fuel pump relay. So here is that. The fuel pump wire is going down along the frame rail too. Yeah, you can kind of see it back there a little bit. It's running down. So next on this one is the purple and blue. I'm using a coil negative setup, so I did not need that one. The red and green, the red and black, they are running over here to the battery. This is where a lot of the Sniper guys will probably get mad at me about doing it like this, but these are taped up. So these are, in the book it says to run these directly to the battery. As you can see, I did not. I did, however, give the Sniper unit its own ground, and the red wire also runs into this relay, and then runs to the 30 amp fuse, which runs over here, and I have got it. Here's the positive wire coming off the battery, and I put the Sniper positive wire directly against that. I don't know if you can tell, but it's directly against that. So there's that. So there's that one. There is another, this is for your O2 sensor. This one here goes to the O2 sensor. The original one that came with the Holley unit got broken, so we found some more matched up part numbers and got some off of some ones that they were using for NASCAR, but they exchanged them after races, and so we found a couple of those. So I got lucky. My O2 sensor has a bung that was already in it, so I just was able to twist the old cap out and run it directly into there, and it works great. No issues with that. So let's see, coming off of that, there's the O2, there's the 8-pin connector, there's that one, and the last one that comes off there goes to the unit itself. Okay, it goes to the 3.5-inch touchscreen, which I've got it run through a grommet down there. I don't know if you can even see it, but it's running through there. Into the inside, which is, I got it mounted up right there. I'll turn this all on in just a couple of minutes so you can see it going up. But let's go down to the fuel pump and show you what I did there. So climb underneath here. So here's my fuel pump set up. So this is the only other spot where I have rubber hose. There's a little bit right here. This is not connected, so don't let this throw you off. So I do have some hose clamps here. Like I said, I got to clean all this stuff up, clip off this extra hose clamp. I was able to get the hose clamps mounted to the frame so it's nice and tight. I used a fuel pump for a 1988 Ford Econoline van. Connected that like that, and then there's the connection for that. I just grounded the fuel pump back here, kind of out of the way. And then you have your post filter there, which everything's tested. I did have one small fuel leak when I started it up, but we're all good now. So I do got to secure these a little bit better, make sure that nothing rattles and stuff like that. But I have driven it a couple hundred miles and it did great. So those metal lines run all the way back to the fuel, to the inline, to the in-tank fuel pump. You can see there. And that's the last spot where the rubber hose is. So let me climb out of the back of here. We'll open that up back there and I will show you it. And that's pretty much it on installation, man. It's really very easy, not complicated. You can follow directions. I highly recommend this. But see, there's that. So that's the only other place where the rubber hose is. But there you go. So that's pretty much installation. I mean, there's not really much else to it. It's a pretty easy project. I'd say the hardest thing to do was running the fuel line. I still need to remove the old manual fuel pump. So right now it's just pumping air. It's not really doing anything. So there's that. Yeah, so let me get inside this thing and we'll get it started up. All right, here we go, guys. We're going to start this thing up. After you turn it on, you can't hear it, but it does turn the fuel pump on and everything. And it does give a quick burst of fuel into the throttle body. That way you have fuel in there to get started. So here we go. Started right up. I do got the idle set. It's set a little bit high right now. But you know, those are all play with the settings and stuff and get all that stuff figured out. I got the idle set around 800. There it goes. I just adjusted that screw out, so it's starting to do its thing and starting to really learn. But yeah, so you see how easy it was. Started it right up. Every time that I've started it so far, and it has been a great experience. You know, you just get to play with all the settings and stuff. You can see I haven't got my fan hooked up to it yet, so it's not showing anything there. I will eventually hook the AC up to it there too. So all that is in the near future. But it's running great, and it's been a ton of fun. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. All right, thank you so much. Y'all have a great day.